Thanks for tuning in to Unbreakable with ChrisChamasiros. I talk about politics, sports, and entertainment to keep you well-rounded. What's going on around the world? If you don't like hearing the truth, definitely don't tune into this channel. So let's get started today. So it just keeps getting better for Erika Kirk. There's a tape or a video being released of her all around YouTube, and it shows her in a CIA commercial or a CIA training video. And this narrative that she's the grieving widow and she didn't have anything to do with Charlie Kirk's assassination, her high-powered buddies. It's just a complete joke. Like, do you really think we're going to keep falling for this? No matter, the Mockingbird media who keep repeating the same lines of garbage over and over. The poor grieving widow. How dare you criticize Erika Kirk? She's the grieving widow, the grieving widow. The two words are grieving widow. That's the Mockingbird media repeating the two words, the talking points, grieving widow. Meanwhile, we all know she works for the CIA, who only know internationally, she has these strong political ties to our military. She is shady as hell. Her behavior doesn't add up. It's emotionless. It's scripted. It's just like her marriage to Charlie Kirk. That's an arranged marriage. Just like all the other gold diggers say and do, and all the other CIA assets who are just gathering intelligence when they send a woman to meet a man to spy on him. She claims that she didn't even know who Charlie Kirk was. Their love story started in Israel as they were both kissing the wall. What a story. What a concocted story to sell the public. And now that Charlie's gone, she's going to take Turning Point USA, and Charlie's voice will echo forever as Erika Kirk, the savior. It's just, what a load of shit. What a bad, it's just like, it reminds me of those soap operas from back in the day. Like, even the acting on those soap operas were better than this. This is just complete garbage. We're never going to understand every single reason why Charlie Kirk was assassinated, but there's no doubt in my mind that Erika Kirk was informing her handlers like, hey, listen, he's dead serious, meaning Charlie. No pun intended. He's going to be a Roman Catholic. He's going back to being a Catholic from being a Christian. His stance on Israel is turning drastically. And you have to remember one thing. Charlie Kirk is interacting with college kids, and they are the future. They are the future of politics. And Israel, and Benjamin Netanyahu knows that he needs those young students' support. And without that support, the aid doesn't keep coming. And just the support for Israel to be able to do whatever they want in the Middle East, that support will stop. So Charlie Kirk is on all these campuses dealing with millions of young people, and Erika Kirk, his handler, and Benjamin Netanyahu, and the whole country of Israel, and who knows, maybe the deep state in America felt that Charlie Kirk was becoming too powerful, because nobody is going to make me believe in a million years that Tyler Robinson assassinated Charlie Kirk. That didn't happen. They're leaving that young man with the bag. They set him up. Now, I don't feel bad for Tyler Robinson, because in order for them to set him up, he had to be a willing participant to some degree. He did share those thoughts that he wanted Charlie to be assassinated. And then when he showed up, the other team handled it, and then they left Tyler Robinson holding the bag in his hand. That's exactly what happened. Tyler Robinson did not assassinate Charlie Kirk. He didn't do it. But Erika Kirk is just an evil, soulless human being. She's dishonest. Everything that's come out of their mouth so far regarding Charlie Kirk's assassination has been a complete lie. And it just keeps getting better and better. Let's watch this video.
We have 5 major threats that make our grid extremely vulnerable that we've presented to congressional officials. 1 being cyber, 2 being hackers, 3 being physical threats, 4th one is solar EMP, and the 5th one is man-made EMP. So the concern that we have is that we put out this critical information, and when we go over this risk analysis, they hear what we're saying, but they don't want to take action.
Well, there are 18 critical infrastructures in the United States: food, water, transportation, communications, etc. All 17 of the others depend on electricity.
If our grid goes down, you can't cook, you're not going to heat anything, you can't run any of your medical supplies, you can't talk on your phone, you can't take money out of a bank, and we turn into total chaos.
If this happens, the system stops.
If a transformer is taken down, we have to order it from Germany or China. It's going to take a year.
Up till recently, there were no comprehensive protective solutions available.
We know what the solutions are. They're not expensive. They're not difficult to employ. We just need the political will to do it and the follow through on the part of the electric utilities to get it done.
The White House is protected from an EMP. The Congress and the CIA and the NSA, all of the areas that need to function in the government are protected. So why can't we be protected?
Around some of these facilities, you don't have much more than a chain link fence to keep people out. Now that seems absurd to me.
I think it is absurd when we now know that attack on as few as 9 grid substations could bring down all 3 major interconnections for the United States grid.
If the power goes out, you get the generator, and if that goes out, you get another one. There's never been a plan for what happens after that.
The director of the National Security Agency, Admiral Rogers, came out and said it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
I personally missed this on her resume and didn't really.
It's just disturbing. If anybody's still believing this grieving widow and she's little Miss Innocent and she just wanted to have her hamburgers and milkshakes while she was pregnant and she has nothing to do with any of it. I mean, come on. Oh, it's just sickening, isn't it? Charlie, I'm not really a fan of Charlie Kirk. And, I say this all the time. If you lay down with dogs, you get fleas. He was in business with gangsters, real gangsters, people that have real power. And he took their money and he thought he was going to have a change of heart. And he thought, even after taking that type of money, that he's going to have a change of heart in public and go against what they wanted, what they were saying. It's never going to end well for you. And you're talking about gangsterism at the highest level. I really don't understand what Charlie Kirk, what was going through his mind after he takes that kind of money from these big Jewish donors and all of a sudden he thinks he's going to change his tune. I mean, when he went on the Patrick Bet-David show and said, I didn't believe in October 7th. I've been to the Gaza border. There's no way, that they got through there without being given a stand down, meaning Benjamin Netanyahu gave a stand down order to let a terrorist attack happen. And Charlie, he says all that, and he didn't think there would be no repercussions. They set Charlie Kirk up a mile away. Charlie Kirk might have intelligence, like book intelligence, or education from school type of thing, but Charlie Kirk had no street intelligence at all. See, anybody that has like this much street intelligence could see Eric would understand like there's no coincidences in life. And he interpreted it good. There's no coincidences. So this must be my wife. We met in Israel. Because if you had any street intelligence, her being in Israel and pretending like she didn't know who you were and all that, this story just doesn't add up. You would know that she was sent to you for no good reason at all. And she wasn't. Erika Kirk is a fraud. She doesn't have any real emotions towards Charlie Kirk whatsoever. She's dapping the fake tears, acting all bizarre. Then she ends everything. Oh, you're not allowed to criticize me, the grieving widow, and I had nothing to do with it. But at the end of that, hey, make sure to buy my book for $49.99. And then all the people that have taken over Turning Point USA being caught in a million lies, they've been caught in a gazillion lies. Look, Charlie Kirk's assassins will never be brought to justice because that's not the way that our country works. It just doesn't. You want me to believe that President Trump and the American government didn't know that that was going to take place on that? Of course they knew. You really believe that Charlie Kirk's, whoever killed him, is really going to be brought to justice? No, they're going to parade Tyler Robinson around to the public. Oh, we caught the killer. Look right here. As they bulldoze away a crime scene. They don't even take the car that Charlie Kirk, I think, was that what he was brought to in the hospital. They sell the vehicle. Everything that they have done is shady as hell. This comes out about Erika Kirk, and we're just supposed to believe that she was Little Red Riding Hood in Utah, and she just wanted to have her cheeseburgers and her sundae, and she was on the dating scene in Manhattan. Meanwhile, she lies about never having it. She lied about not having a boyfriend before. Every single thing she has been caught lying about. And then she wants everybody to mourn her loss. And then she comes out on the stage like it's a WWE event. And it's just like, you know what? If Erika Kirk was smart, she would just like go away for like 6 months to a year and just not talk. If somebody's handling her, it'd be like, listen, you've done enough. This obviously is not working out. We're not going to get caught. They're still making millions of dollars. People are still dumb enough to give these evil human beings money, but that's not good enough for Erika Kirk and her handlers. They want to control your thoughts too. And if whoever doesn't agree with what happened here, you must be canceled. You must be stopped. You must be silenced. But anybody that has a brain in their head can see what's going on here. Anybody that has like this much intelligence knows that Erika Kirk either worked for the CIA, she's an asset gathering intelligence. And they do this all the time with the honeypots. They do this constantly. So it's just another, mark on Erika Kirk, why you shouldn't trust a word she says or believe anything that she says. She's not a good human being. And she has some of the worst vibes and energy of any human being that I've ever literally seen in my entire life. I thought Hillary Clinton came across like that. I thought Kamala Harris came across like that. But this lady, she takes the cake. And Charlie Kirk, he made plenty of mistakes. If Charlie Kirk would have started his business from the ground up and didn't take donor money, he'd still be alive today. Charlie Kirk is dead because he took millions and millions of dollars from the highest level of gangsterism that there is in the world. And that's why he's no longer here. So Charlie Kirk, he is in. Do I think that he should have been murdered? No, absolutely not. He's just speaking his mind. But he was murdered because he took their money. And then he's having a change of heart. And if he didn't get into business with those kind of people, Charlie Kirk would still be here. So Charlie Kirk is not innocent either in this entire thing. But the way that President Trump and our government has just told you to turn the page, crime scene washed away, certain evidence that they won't even look at. Oh, the killer's Tyler Robinson. You don't need to ask any more questions. Just give me a effing break, will you? Just do yourselves a favor. Shh. You're never going to get caught. You're still making millions of dollars. You know what would be the best thing to do? Shut up. That'd be the best thing to do. And with that being said, thanks for tuning in to Unbreakable with Chris Chamasiros.